الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters, we'll continue our nightly reflections, and tonight inshallah we have a new volunteer. So Dr. Noaman, would you please come over to give us a short Khatirah? Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. Allah, Allah, Allah. This word, Allah, when you say it with reverence, when you say it with the love of Allah, when you say it with the fear of Allah, wallahi, your heart should come out of your chest. It has no place in your chest anymore. It should be out. I feel very humble that I'm standing in front of Allah. Very, very humble for that. And I thank Allah and His tawfiq that He has given to me, that I'm standing in front of you talking about an ayah from Quran. Quran is the book of Allah, my dear brothers and sisters. When you open the Quran, you should be overjoyed. You should be so happy that Allah has blessed you with the Quran, His own words, and they're in your hands. When you read the Quran, you should feel that Allah has given you something very special. This is the guidance for your life. I'm going to talk about just one ayah today and give some reflection on it. Allah says in Surah Baqarah, ayah number 254, He says, "O you who believe, spend out of what we have given to you." Just look at this. Allah is saying, I have given it to you, it's not yours. You give it back to me. This reminds me of a very famous poet in Pakistan. His poetry says, "Jaan di hui usi ki thi. Haq to ye hai ki haq ada na ho." Of course, everyone understood that, right? This poet says that, Allah, I have given my life and sacrificed my life for you. But the fact is, the haqq is, that life was not mine to begin with. That life was yours that you gave to me. And I gave it back to you. I have not fulfilled my haqq to you, my Lord. I have not fulfilled my haqq to you. So if you have something that you feel that you're giving for the cause of Allah, this is not yours to begin with. You're just returning some of that haqq back to Allah. So please keep that in your mind as a principle that Allah has given to us for giving for His sake. Then Allah says, after that, before the day comes in which there is no bargaining. You cannot go to Allah and bargain. If you're in trouble in this dunya, you try to bargain your way out of it. This day there is no bargaining. Neither any friendship or intercession. So no matter how much, if I'm in trouble, I'll go find a lawyer, I'll go find a friend. Oh please, I'm in trouble, my dear friend, you know such and such person, go help me out. On that day, there's nothing like that. And Allah says that in the unbelievers, they are the unjust. Unjust is zalim. You all understand the word zalim. Zalim is unjust, and the worst of zalim is the one who's zalim against Allah. So Allah is equating you not giving in the cause of Allah as being unjust, and unjust to Allah. I'm going to take this ayah as a platform and a springboard to talk about the giving principles. And some of these principles I learned in the Quran, some of them I learned from our Prophet Muhammad, his hadith, and some my father. And and my mother, they gave it to us. Many years ago, in 1987, there's a brother, his name is Salahuddin Tome in Phoenix. Some of you might know him. He was starting an Islamic school, and he had called me to participate in this fundraiser. There was a brother Yahya. He was an imam in some masjid, I don't even know where. He said something very interesting that actually changed my life. Keeping this ayah in the background. He said, surely Allah will give you many opportunities to give in His name. Many, many opportunities. And you'll say, I think I will do it when this happens, and this happens, and this happens. But he says, let me just ask you one question and one question only. And that question is, that will you be there to avail that opportunity? And he says, if the answer is no, or if it's maybe I will be there, then take this opportunity right now and give for the sake of Allah. Okay? My father also taught me that when you're giving charity, you can give it two ways. One way is you can give it as an announcement, like Brother Maqsood stands up and says, for the sake of Allah, we need money for masjid, for the project, for the maintenance or whatever, and you give it out loud. This is a very good way of doing it because it encourages the rest of the community. And the second way to give it is to give it to an individual. When you're giving it to an individual, my father always used to say, take him to the side. One of the things that's the most beautiful thing about Islam is the value of dignity in human beings. So you want to preserve that dignity from somebody who's in need. And when you're giving him, you can give it, you have two hands, either you have a receiving hand and you have a giving hand. When you are giving, your hand is on the top. When you're receiving, your hand is at the bottom. When you are giving for the cause of Allah and you're giving it from the top hand, that means you feel yourself superior to the person who's giving it to. He says, always give it with the hand that is the receiving hand. So put it on the bottom hand, let the other person have the dignity and say that he can pick it up from the top hand. So he's never deprived of dignity. And then my father used to say, but remember, son, when you're giving it with the bottom hand, this is also a receiving hand. And what are you receiving? Blessings of Allah. So you never lose out on that. I remember when Yahya was growing up, me and my wife, we had decided that we will have him give charity whenever we want to give charity to any Muslim cause or human cause. So I remember he was like 5 or 6 years old, and that was the time that the Power Rangers were very, very popular, and he loved this Black Power Ranger. And all I did was hear about Black Power Ranger, how good he was, and so on and so forth. So I told my son, I wrote a check, and I told him to fill in the blanks. And he says, how much should I put? I said, put whatever you want. So he didn't want to put, so I said, put $1,000. This was in ICT many years ago. And my son, when he wrote that check, he was very quiet for a while. And I asked him, why are you quiet? And he said, I was just thinking that the Black Power Ranger cost $5. If I give $1,000, how many Black Power Rangers have I given to the masjid? You know, he was relating it to that way. And then we forgot about this whole thing. And then when he was applying for medical school, he had a personal statement that he had to write. And I was stunned when he put this story about the $1,000 and how many the Black Power Rangers it will buy and how he did that. I thought he forgot about it. But brother, I can tell you one thing. This is the lesson that I learned. Children never forget. If they give it with their own hands, they never forget. And after many years, from 5 years of age, going into medical school, he never forgot that. And he put it in his personal statement that that's what changed his life also. So I would recommend and urge all of you that when you're giving for the cause of Allah, get your children to the masjid first of all, so they can get acquainted with the masjid, and then from the masjid they get acquainted to Allah and Rasul Kareem Sallallahu and the whole community, and then when they give for the cause of Allah, they will remember it and you will still have it. Other people think that when I give money for charity, I'm going to lose that $1,000 or whatever you're giving. But Rasul Kareem Sallallahu, the truthful one, Allah's chosen one, our Prophet, our beloved, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to say, your charity does not decrease your wealth, it increases it. You find it in dunya, you find it in akhirah also. And I have seen it whenever I give, whatever money I give, I find it in this dunya many folds. And Brother Maqsood was telling me that, Brother Bassam was telling me the same thing. So you never lose out. So this is the money that is amana from Allah, so give it for the sake of Allah. And the last thing that I want to say is, may Allah give us all tawfiq and help us become the Muslim that is pleasing to Him, Allah Ta'ala. If Allah is pleased with us and we are doing it with the right niyyah, believe me, niyyah is everything. If you make a niyyah to please Allah, Allah is pleased with you and Allah shows His pleasure to you by giving you this dunya and akhirah. More important in akhirah. Thank you so much. Jazakallah.
الله أكبر ما شاء الله